Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for mid-December. It is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your current energy, the near future, and then what Spirit wants you to focus on around this time. And then we'll take a peek at your person's energy and your energy and see what's going on there as well. So if you are returning, I'm just going to take this. For some reason, the Seven of Swords and the Four of Wands keep wanting to come out. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's returning. If you are new, welcome. I hope you'll stay. I am available for personal readings. So if you'd like one of those, the info's in the description box below this video or in my About section of my channel. All right. So what I kept feeling around the Seven of Swords, this is going to be in your current energy. I don't necessarily think it's about someone who cheated or stole it. But yes, I'm sure those are things that have happened to you in your life. Most of us experience relationships like that where something has happened and it has been unpleasant. I think this is you going over some of those memories, but I feel like at this point, there's just a feeling of I just don't want to go there anymore. I don't want to think about it anymore. I'd like there to be a shift towards the end of this year where I don't focus on the hurt and the pain that I've already experienced. I just kind of want to close the door on that and move forward. So you could be thinking about those things. They could pop in your mind. But what I want to say is instead of staying in that energy, I feel like you're able to shift it and start thinking about the positive things that have actually come about. So you can see my hand kind of going in a round roll moment. That's just saying that you're kind of wrapping it up, right? And not wanting to stay in that place because it's mentally exhausting. And when it's mentally exhausting, it's physically exhausting. And I think you recognize if you can snap out of it in that moment when you have one of those thoughts or you're reviewing, if you will, a past memory, whether it be in a relationship, a friendship, anything that had happened that you were disappointed by. And as soon as you shift it into something that you feel good about, it changes how you feel, your physical body, changes your emotions, how you look at your day. It changes everything. So we can, in that very moment, say, you know what, that's done. I don't need to go back over that. It's not worth staying angry anymore. So you could just be finally dissolving some of those frustrations and angers and letting them go. And just saying, I'm just going to take what I've learned from this situation and not allow it to keep replaying in my mind. All right, so let's get the other card for your current energy. And this is great. Being in hermit mode is kind of the typical for Cancer. It's not unusual for us to go back into our shells. And I say us, and there's your card. So when you do that and you pay attention to how much you actually focus on you and how important it is for you to have those moments, you're a crab for a reason. You have that hard shell for a reason. You need to go back into your shell for a period of time. Anytime this stuff starts to become overwhelming, that's when Spirit's saying, just go into your shell. Do what you need to do to protect yourself. The Queen of Cups is having focused so much on self-love recently that if you get into a pattern of when you think about things or things start to happen that feel uncomfortable and you allow yourself to be your hermit normal self, then it's easier for you to regain your strength, know that you have learned to love yourself more, and then it reinvigorates your energy. So it allows you to keep going. All right, let's get into the near future. So we have the Page of Cups with the Devil and the Death card in reverse. And then what Spirit wants you to focus on is putting the past behind you. That's exactly what I was talking about. The Six of Cups with the Ace of Cups. Great. And then the Page of Wands. So this is good because this means as you close out this year and you start working on what you want to create in the new year, you're going to start from a fresh place. All right, so the overall energy is the Hierophant. There's a couple of different things I want to say for this. So as you continue to grow in your faith, meaning you trust that things are going to happen the way that they're meant to happen and that these things will heal in due time as well. That's what helps you get out of that stuck energy. So if there is anything right now that's pulling you back or you feel a little bit trapped, I'm going to say go through the motions. Let the thought happen, feel through it for a moment, shift your mindset, allow yourself to take a break, and then do something that makes you feel really good. And then again, return to having faith that you can come out of any energy of feeling stuck whenever you want to. There is nothing that's going to hold you back anymore. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warriors. He is the person who's come out the other side of difficult times, challenging relationships, even things that may have been going on at work, the ups and downs of life in general, but you're through the toughest part of it. So give yourself some credit for having gotten to where you are now, because that's where he is. He's standing up like, oh, whew, God, that was a rough one, but look at me now. My faith is what's keeping me going, that things can look brighter. Not that things are bad now. You could have some things that are finally going the way that you really had hoped that they were, because the Hangman is saying you're not really stuck anymore. So you're taking steps, you're making progress, and I feel like this new year is going to be extremely profound for Cancers. And then the Sun comes out. This is the greatest card in the deck, and it says it's really about experiencing joy for you now. It's about going after the things that only make you happy, and that's okay. Okay, so something's being brought up to me that was said to me by a parent one time, and it was so incredibly painful and confusing to me. And some of you may have heard this from someone. You spend so much time doing things that make you happy. Like you're only ever looking for the things that make you happy. And it's like, why wouldn't I? Almost as if it was wrong for me to go after my joy. It was really said to me in a way of discrediting me as a person. Like, who are you to think that you can go after your joy? Like, what right do you have? So if people made you feel that way in your life, now you're on the other side of that and saying, I've been through the ringer with this number. I'm not doing it anymore. The Sun is just bringing the joy into my life, and I'm just going to experience the joyful things. And if people don't like that I shut them out because they bring me discomfort or instability, that's too bad. It's what I say about walk-away power. When you truly have walk-away power, regardless of who the person is, that's when you have your strength. That's when your faith kicks in and says, you know what, it doesn't matter who they are. If they don't bring joy into my life, I just don't want them there. You don't have an obligation to be there for anyone. It is truly about you finding peace within and having these things that make you happy in your life. And then the Tower comes in, which means that there's a big, huge breakthrough. And I just keep wanting to go to the beginning of the year. So big breakthroughs, big changes. What we've been waiting for, I want to say you guys, I'm going to focus on you. But these big breakthroughs are going to happen. And that's when you start to see that you can relax into the joy and not be afraid that it's going to be taken away. That's, I think, the biggest point is have faith that, yes, it's coming, and these changes that you've been desiring, everything that you've been going through is bringing you to this point where you can really, truly start experiencing life from a joyful place instead of from the tough spot, the dredging through the mud and getting through the tough relationships, dealing with the narcissist, dealing with whatever it is that you had to deal with to get to the other side of it. So a lot of joy in the new year, a lot of big changes. Okay. Now, in the current energy, the near future, we have the Page of Cups with the Devil and the Death card. So the one area I think that you're going to be working on is how do I, from this point, even if you're in a relationship currently, sometimes these feelings of the old toxic relationships can pop back up. So some of that energy still needs to be dealt with. It isn't about necessarily just releasing. I don't want to use such a blanket statement. It's about not only recognizing where there might have been some codependency issues, or maybe you just, because you're such a fixer, had drawn people into your life that had toxic tendencies. So it's the nurturer side of the Cancer. Obviously, if you know anything about astrology, you know you're the mother of the zodiac. Male or female, it doesn't matter. So people tend to be drawn to your energy anyway. But this is just still not quite shedding that side of you that has this natural urge to always mother people in general. So with the Page of Cups, I feel like you're going to be looking at love situations, love relationships, how you give love in a new way. Now, could this be that there are some people around you that might be apologizing for their toxic behavior? Yes, but I'd say be cautious. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Capricorn, because when this person comes in, they still have very youthful energy. And if they come back to you with the same toxic tendencies, same codependency, same addictions, whatever it is, the Death card in reverse is saying they haven't changed. So I'd be aware of that. Doesn't mean your ex is going to show back up. It could just be someone in your life that decides that they want to reach out because they see the changes that you've made. Whenever you pull back or withdraw your energy, people tend to want to know what's going on, because usually Cancers are pretty forthright. We're pretty open books. We don't hide things. But I think there's also a realization that sometimes you need to keep things close to your chest and be cautious who you share information with. In this case, this person has not done the changing, whoever that is for you. That's a little bit of a warning. All right, now what Spirit wants you to focus on is not comparing something new in your life, whether you've met somebody new, have been in a newer relationship, or are about to meet somebody new, even if it's been forever before, not comparing the past to the future. Meaning whoever this person is, or this new beginning that you are embarking on, that you don't go back and revisit either past failures, whether it be in relationships, work situations, no matter what. The Ace of Cups is about a new beginning, feeling full of love and joy, and wanting to have the experience of, okay, I feel okay in this situation. I'm safe. I don't have to worry about this being a repetitive cycle anymore, because I'm aware of those types of people and those types of behaviors, and you've taken responsibility for where you've allowed them in your life as well. It isn't always just about the other people. When you are on your soul path, you understand that it is also your responsibility for allowing those things and to heal whatever it was that happened that created that perception that you had of yourself in the first place. So there's going to be a lot of new passionate things that start up. The ideas, I feel, are brewing. For those of you who haven't quite taken that leap yet, I feel like in the new year, that's when you're going to open up a little bit more. Now, for those of you that are currently in a relationship, the energy is going to be more childlike. And I like that. I say that a lot, but please understand that that's where you had more innocence. It was before you became either jaded by the circumstances of your life, the tough relationships you had. So they just don't want you to go into it. Focus on this month, because if you're waiting on new love, then you definitely don't want to drag the past into the present. Okay, now let's go ahead and clarify the Seven of Swords. This is going to be a long one. I can feel it. I will do my best to get all the messages out as quickly as possible, so I don't keep you here forever. But I love you guys. All right, so the Seven of Swords with the Hermit, we have the Strength card, see? And that's what helps you rebuild your strength. Anytime you feel worn out or like people are just taking too much from you, you have to take that time out. Yes, this is the mother in me kicking in, saying to you guys, I don't care how old you are, you have to do this for yourself. You've got permission. If you need permission, you've got permission from Mama Jen over here to take that break so that you can regain your strength. Okay? That's going to be important, because you can't do what you're here to do if you don't take those moments. And Cancers need it more than other people. So stop punishing yourself for needing those breaks. If you've been told your whole life something's wrong with you because you prefer being indoors and alone, let that go, because that's going to create some type of angst or anxiety about not being good enough. And that is not who you are. You are good enough exactly the way you are. You just need a little more time to be alone. You're not meant to be overly social people. You're super sensitive, and being in big groups, especially around the holidays, it can be really triggering. You need to take a break so that you can regain that energy and try to face some of those situations that you feel either obligated to, or a sense of, I have to show up no matter what. So if I have to take extra time to myself, I'm going to do that so I can show up for my job. Let's say you work in a public environment where you're around a lot of energy all the time. That's what they're saying, because you need to withdraw in order to be able to get up the next day and do it. All right. And then judgment. And this, okay, I'm going to put this in a way that I'm hearing it, which is listen to yourself, listen to your body, trust that whatever choice you make is the right one for you, and that is okay to do. And if it feels selfish, let that go as well, because it's not. When you're taking care of yourself, there's nothing selfish about that. And I think there's been people in your life that have told you when you take that time for you that it is selfish. Why? When we think about it, why do they do that? They do that because you're not meeting something for them, meeting some kind of need for them. So too bad for them. You come first, they come second. All right, so the Page of Cups with the Devil card. Now we have the Hangman. So this person that I felt that might be poking into your energy, whether they physically come back or not, is still stuck. I think you probably know that if this is someone you've recently separated from, or even was from your way far in the past and they still think about you. Yeah, there's a part of them that wants to offer an apology, but do you really need it at this point? I feel like most of you have healed from that, and they're just not someone who's in the place of being at your level now. I don't feel like they've done the work. All right, so then we have the Ace of Swords. So that's going to be a moment for you. You're going to have a huge epiphany moment, clarity. So if you had any confusion about where this person stood, this is going to be very apparent. So they may come in, apologize, and you're like, okay, thanks. Appreciate it, but it's not going to faze you this time. You're not going to open the door and put your arms out, welcoming them back in again. All right, so let's look at what Spirit wants you to focus on with the Six of Cups and the Ace of Cups, the world. There you go. So not allowing past situations, because you've changed, you've gone through these massive changes, and you've already closed out this cycle. It's saying this is the new you. So the new you doesn't fit with the old you. Don't allow that to seep into the new things that are coming into you, especially the new loves. It can be hard at times, especially if someone has an attribute that's similar to someone you know. But in this case, you have come so far. Now, there are a couple other energies I want to talk about. Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries that are very strong as well. So you could be dating somebody right now and realize that this is a new cycle for you and you'd like to continue feeling good about it without letting the past creep up. And this is just being passionate and, again, doing things that you really enjoy, following the inspiration. Yeah, they're talking about inspiration. Hold on, I'm trying to get this other one. I just saw a drive-in movie theater. So some of you may really enjoy watching movies, and there may be an occasion where you go and end up at a drive-in. I know they're old and rare, but just remember that if somebody might recognize or realize what I'm saying and it clicks. So then the Devil comes in reverse, because that's what you've released. You've released all of those tendencies that you used to have, the patterns that you used to have. They're just not existent anymore. And I think Spirit's trying to tell you, this is how you need to perceive things now and move forward. You've already gotten through this, so just don't hang on to it. There's too many good things that are coming towards you in this new year. So that's really all they want you to focus on. It's just not allowing the one thing to creep into the other. All right, so I'm going to clear this and we will get into your person's energy, whoever's on your mind. So think about them for just a moment. All right, let's see what ends up. Yep, I should have known. What ends up on the bottom when we clear the cards? Queen of Cups. It's all about just loving on you. Love on yourself, rest, do whatever you have to do. Know your worth. And just keep working on those emotional, how do I want to put this? You guys know me. It's working on emotional stability. So there might be a lot of ups and downs. You could be feeling a little bit of anxiety. And they're just saying try to ground yourself back into your emotions. And remember that everything that you take on or the feelings that you feel are not always yours. So if you can start to differentiate between what you feel and what other people's energy bring into your life, that's going to help you as well. Because if you really think about it, at the moment that you feel any kind of stress, you're going to realize it probably isn't yours. It's something you picked up along the way. Even if you go to the grocery store, by the way, you can pick up somebody else's energy and get really pissed off and don't know why. All right. I will get into your person's energy. Let's do it. Let's see what's going on for Cancer and their person. If we can pick these up, we'll see what that card is. So your person's energy is the Hermit. Interesting, because yours is as well right now. The Three of Cups in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hangman in reverse. I like that. So they're not stuck necessarily. I just feel like they're doing their own reflecting. And it feels very personal. It doesn't feel like it's about you. So they may not feel like, being very social right now. I feel like things are good. I feel like they're going in the right direction. They're not stuck in any way. Your energy is the Eight of Cups in reverse with the Page of Pentacles, the Star, and the Hierophant. Okay, this is about having faith, because I don't think you want to go anywhere. Whoever this is for you, I don't think you want to walk away. I think a part of you just really wants things to be grounded. I feel like that's you focusing on your own finances and starting something new in your life. So if you're with this person currently, there may be a, not a lack of communication, but just a feeling of there's not a lot of time being spent together. It could be because the holidays are coming and everybody's busy and all that good stuff. But I feel like you're focused on the things that really make you happy. Now, the Knight of Cups in reverse could just be that things are moving slow. So I don't feel bad. I just feel slow. So the Hermit, the Three of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Hangman, as we said, and look at the progression of this. It's saying this person's kind of closed off a little bit. Maybe they don't really like dealing with all the stuff that happens around the holidays. The Wheel of Fortune, it just means that there's focus around the changes going on in their life as well. They're trying to get to a place where they're not stuck. So you may feel like it has nothing to do with you, and that's correct if that's how you feel. Now, your energy is the Eight of Cups in reverse with the Page of Pentacles, Star card, and you want this to be, I feel like this is kind of your wish fulfillment. This is like, I really love this person, and I have faith that things can work out. But needing to focus on yourself is going to be important, and the things that are going to stabilize you. So if you need to focus more on work, know that when somebody's energy is pulled back from you, it means that it's allowing you the space that you need to focus on what you need to. So it isn't always that somebody isn't interested. It's just sometimes the universe steps in and gives you the space that you need to work on your dreams, the things that are important to you. So yes, continue to have faith there and faith that the relationship can move forward, because I do feel like it's going to. It's just going slow. All right, let's look at the Romance Angels. This is for Cancer. All right, so it says retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. I mean, that's all the energy this is, right? This person's disconnecting. You're disconnecting when you need to. That's important. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay, so yes, that's what the Star card can be about, healing, obviously, but also wishing upon a star. Remember I said, try not to let the past, she's pouring that out behind her as she's pouring into this pool of things, her emotions, the things she wants to be fulfilled, and releasing anything that isn't going to go forward with her. All right, so you are calling in your soulmate, or you already have, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. That's what I was saying. They're moving slow. Not that they're not moving at all. They're just kind of, taking it easy. And then free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. If they are not moving, that's what I feel like you're doing. You're taking back control with the Page of Pentacles and focusing on the things that matter to you. Not that it's not going to work out. I feel good about it. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. There is. I just can't say it enough that it's going to go a little bit slow. All right, let's get some advice for you. This is for Cancer. I'm going to shuffle these a bit. I just saw the Queen of Cups again. And the Star card. So yes, the more you love on you, the more your dreams come true. I know that sounds simple, and I think I've said it to you before, but they just showed it to me again, so I'm going to say it again. All right, so what's the advice for Cancer with this relationship? We have the Three of Wands in reverse. Don't be so focused on the future and where it's going to go. Trust that it's coming to you. The Three of Cups. Be grateful for the times that you do have together and enjoy those. And then the Nine of Swords in reverse just says, actually that's kind of saying, don't stress about it. It's just not worth it. And then the sadness, don't focus too much on the things that have gone wrong. Remember that there's those 2 cups behind you. So even though at times it may make you sad, I keep wanting to reiterate, don't focus on past hurts and project that onto this relationship. This is completely different for those of you that are in this, that this makes sense, okay? All right. Well, let's get the Lover's Oracle and see what messages we have from this deck. This is for Cancer. All right, there's one popping out I want to grab. So it says, only time will tell. Okay, that's fair. That's true in any situation. And then we have passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. And twin flames, your passion ignites. So some of you, that's not going to be for all of you because we know how difficult those relationships can be. It doesn't mean that they are impossible. Let's see what the last one is. Freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. For sure. All right. Last but not least, we're going to get a couple of cards from Spirit, from the Wisdom of the Oracle. This is for Cancer. All right, so mending. Some of you, I feel like, are just mending things within. I don't necessarily, this card's coming out for everyone. It's like those relationships that are meant to be mended. If this is somebody from your past or that you have been in and out with, mending is huge for a lot of signs right now. I don't know if it's the holidays, I don't know what it is, but it just seems to be a priority. And then we have All That Glitters, Breathe, and Happy Happy. So, and then the Fates. Yeah, I feel like this one, for some reason, this isn't going to be for everybody, but I do feel like this is your fated relationship. So have faith. Just because things don't go at rapid speed doesn't mean that they aren't going to work out or that things aren't going to develop over time. All That Glitters, be cautious and keep your eyes open. Sometimes we can fantasize about the things that we want, and at times it doesn't always get fulfilled the way we want, like a fairy tale. I don't think that's necessarily how you feel, but I brought it up for a reason. So just be cautious about putting out too much of this idea that if it doesn't look perfect, that it's not going to be a good relationship. I think it's going to be a great relationship. We have a lot of 7s here. Not shocking, considering a lot of your birthdays are within the July month. So 7's going to be important. 7/7. That's actually my birthday. And then 11. So they're saying breathe into the energy. Anytime you feel that anxiety come up, just take a deep breath. Things are changing. You're shifting into this new cycle, and that reduces to an 8, which means from now on, there's going to be more joy than pain. You're going to be experiencing infinity, which is what the 8 is to me. More infinite abundance and happiness and joy, not only in your relationships, but the things that are fated to come towards you are coming towards you. And if it hasn't already happened for you, it's going to be happening in 2022. I just feel like there's a lot of pinks and yellows. Those may be important for some of you as well. Could be your favorite color. This is just saying that you're going to have a lot of joy that's coming into your life, and the faith that you have and the time that you take to care for yourself is really going to pay off. So just trust, because it's still coming to you. It may be trickling in now, but it's going to be coming in a lot quicker towards the newer year. All right, my loves, I hope this helped. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I hope you have an amazing mid-month. I will see you in the next one. If you would like a personal, that's in the description box below this video or in my About section. And I will see you in the next one. Sending you tons and tons of love. Talk to you soon. Bye.